The dress code at Monroe Clark Middle School temporarily changed last month. That's when the heat went out in 15 classrooms. Against policy, teachers say they allowed students to wear their hoods in class to stay warm.
Some of us teachers began to record the temperatures in the morning, just for the record. And some of the lowest temperatures we recorded were 52, 51 degrees.
Teacher Andy Soto says he thought the issue would be fixed soon after he reported it on January 22nd. But a district technician didn't examine the issue until February 7th. Soto says teachers and kids wore winter coats to class. But not all students at the low-income school had them.
I've had students ask me if they can bring blankets to school, and of course that's not my decision. I've had a kid with gloves bring gloves to school because he said his hands were hurting because they were so cold.
The problem lasted for more than 4 weeks.
Turn your heat off and let it get down to 55. Then you'll know what these kids are dealing with.
Gal Petrick is a teacher at the school. As a union representative, she says she tried to intervene.
We began what's called a level 1 grievance, where we contact the principal and we have an informal meeting to discuss what can be done, what can the district do.
On the day of our interview, she said the union was moving to the next stage because classrooms were still cold. She and 2 other staff members said they hoped speaking with KPBS would move the repair along. The very next day, the classrooms were warm again. A San Diego Unified School District representative confirmed heat was restored February 21st, the day of our interview. District spokesman Samer Naji says outages aren't unusual during extreme weather like the recent winter chill. But he says the problem at Clark Middle School took so long because it was complex.
The problem in the 200 building specifically turned out to be an issue with the breaker sensitivity, and it did take some time to coordinate a proper response with the contractors to make sure that that got fixed safely.
He says when the heat went out, Clark Middle's principal provided each classroom a portable heater and the option to move to a warm space.
Short of closing down the school, that's the district's response, and we think that the principal's response was appropriate.
None of the teachers moved. Teacher Soto says the heater didn't provide much relief, but he didn't relocate because it would have further disrupted learning. The students were already unhappy. Soto says one complained about the long delay to repair the issue.
Why is it taking them so long to fix it? It's the heating system. And another student chimed in and responded, "Yeah, this is ghetto." And I said, "What do you mean by ghetto?" And the same student responded, "Because we live in the ghetto."
But they didn't hear complaints from parents who weren't officially notified until after the problem was resolved. Spokesman Naji says that decision was left up to the school. A letter went out the Monday after it was fixed. Naji says he also hasn't heard complaints, but encouraged parents to reach out anytime with questions.
We are not pleased that it takes several weeks to restore heat, but we are thankful for the principal's quick response.
The staff members say they're pleased the heat is back on, but they're still concerned about how long it took to fix. They say they feel the students at the low-income Hispanic majority school are often overlooked. Naji says the district works to provide all students with high-quality facilities and said that Clark just received $12 million in upgrades. A report on the incident will be provided to the San Diego Unified School Board. President Sharon Whitehurst Payne requested it after she was contacted by KPBS. In a statement, she said the principal took, quote, immediate action in response to the outage, but said, quote, there is always room for improvement. Tarryn Mento, KPBS News.